Welcome back to the Cold Plunge Daily 48 Laws of Power. Today we're going to talk about Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. Any momentary triumph you think you have gained through argument is really a poetic victory. The resentment and ill will you stir up is stronger and it lasts longer than any momentary change of opinion. It is much more powerful to get others to agree with you through your actions without saying a word. Demonstrate. Do not explicate. So, actions are louder than words. That's what we're going to go over in today's thing. But first, throw the robe into our nice little towel warmer so we can pretend like we're going to get nice and toasty when we get out of here. Instead, we're going to go into a 39-degree cold plunge today. Here we go. 3 minutes. It's a bit nipply. Okay, so win through your actions, not through your words. This is kind of like old school stuff, right? Like, show people, don't just tell people. I'm a big proponent of this. Every company I have, I've always said I'll never ask anyone to do something I wouldn't do myself. And this comes from like cleaning bathrooms to doing crazy hard work. Like everything I've done, whether it's my cannabis company, tattoo shop, my computer security company, my blockchain company, whatever. I do all the work myself initially. One, so that I learn the process, that I know it, so I know if my employees are pulling shit over my eyes or not, because I know better, because I'm doing it myself, I know. And then also, every one of my employees will be like, nah, that guy's done everything. So if he ever tells you to do something, it builds hardcore loyalty. So every time I ask one of my employees to do something, they know either directly or indirectly that I've done it, or way more, way worse, whatever. Another thing is kind of like my work ethic. Like, I'll tell people, like, hey, I don't give a fuck. Like, we're staying late. We're doing this. Or, hey, show up to this. Or, hey, we're going to be doing this. I know it's going to suck, but we're going to do it. And no one's ever able to be like, oh, this is bullshit. The boss is away making us do all this work. Because most of the time, I'm right there with them. So it's always been a big thing. It's never been like, hey, go do this. It's more like, hey, look, guys, this is what we're doing. And I'm there right along with you. Now, got a couple quick stories. Hopefully I can get these done in the time before I freeze my lower regions off. So the first one is actions, not words. So there's one where one client of mine, they're like, hey, we want you to develop in this particular language. And for weeks we're arguing about how horrible it is, how bad idea it is, and how it's really, really, really going to wind up being a really not good idea. Useless. In 1 year, out the other, I've already made the decision. Security team says this development team says that, blah, blah, blah. We're going to own it, so therefore we got to do this, whatever. So finally, I just said, screw it. Through delegation, I had one of my guys say, hey, look, redo it the way that we want to do it. Just do it. I'll pay you the time on the side. Let me know how long it takes and whatever. So the way they wanted to do it took 8 hours of development. The way we wanted to do it took 30 minutes. Their process took 4.5 seconds for a user to log in, and they accepted that and said, I guess that's the best we can do. Ours took less than half a second. So it's like that. And when I gave them those stats, they're like, whoa, can't argue against the numbers. Okay, let me run this up the chain. Boom. Right? We can argue all day long. They don't want to listen because they made up their mind. When you show them hardcore stats in their face, they're like, oh shit. That costs us a shit more time in development costs, which is super expensive. And then also, the whole time the logging time was way too long, so got that fixed. Next one is through another client of mine. There's this guy that I've been working with, super smart. Like, he wrote up some crazy code that's unbelievable. Like, I couldn't have done it myself. He was like, hey, this is what we're gonna do. It's so awesome. Look what I solved. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. I'm like, yeah, this is really good. I'm like, but there's some things we got to change about it because it's not really enterprise ready. It's really fucking cool as a POC. Now we have to change it. No, you can't do that. It's impossible. It's going to take too long. You have to be the greatest hacker in the world to get around what I've done. And I'm like, not really. I understand what you're saying, but not really. So instead of sitting there arguing with them, trying to explain why, it's like, you know what? Hey, how about this? So I said, let's have a meeting tomorrow. I want to show you how what I'm saying could help you out, because not only will it solve the problem we're trying to do here, but also it'll show you some really cool stuff that you can do to make your developing like even cooler and make you be able to do even more shit. So I'm gonna give you like basically some really cool secrets that make your life better as a developer. And he's like, oh, sounds pretty rad. So guarantee when we go through it and I show him how this stuff all actually works, because I asked him, I was like, hey, have you ever done this? He's like, well, no. Right, so a lot of guys get really stuck in their ways, like, no, I know I'm right. They just don't know. And it's not that they're being wrong, they just don't have all the information. So I'm going to show them all the information. Now, I can't feel my feet. Actually, I can. They're stinging. They hurt a lot. So we're going to check to see how much time it is. So I'm supposed to be here for 3 minutes. Woo! 4.5 minutes, I'm done. I'm not even waiting for 5. I'm not even doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it. You can't make me. Woo! Oops. Oh, shit. There goes half the water. So, that is law number 9. Win your enemies over. Not necessarily enemies, though, right? But win everyone over through actions and not words. Is speak a lot louder. And they build a lot of trust and loyalty among your crew when you can demo it as well versus just saying things. So when you're talking to someone, if you can prove it out through the actions and not just through your words, it gives you monumental more leverage in any type of an argument or conversation you're having. Hope that helps you guys out. See you guys around. Later.